What does it mean to divide? The basic division question asks, how many B are in A? Where A divided by B gives the answer. Let's look at an example that involves some fractions. A recipe calls for 1½ cups of butter. If you're a cook, you would know that a stick of butter is equal to 1/2 of a cup. How many sticks of butter will we need for our recipe? This question asks, how many 1/2s are in 1½ So the problem that we're doing is 1½ divided by 1/2. We are going to ask ourselves how many 1/2s are in 1½ Here is a picture of what 1/2 is. It's a stick of butter and it's equal to 1/2 of a cup. We need 1 1/2 cups, and that's what this looks like. Here is a picture of that. Here is 1 cup, and here is a 1/2 cup. So this is equal to 1 1/2 cups. So our question asks, how many of these are in here? There are 3 sticks that equal 1/2 in the 1½ cups of butter that we need. So our answer is, to the question, how many 1/2 cups, how many sticks of butter are in 1½ cups of butter? The answer is 3. There are 3 sticks of butter that we will need for this recipe. So 1 1/2 divided by 1/2 is equal to 3. We will learn some methods for dividing fractions in the problems to come. First, we need to learn what the word reciprocal means. Our question says, what is the reciprocal of 24? The reciprocal of a number can be written as 1 over that number. So the reciprocal of 24 is 1 over 24. What is the reciprocal of 5/8? If we're given a fraction, the reciprocal of a fraction is if we take the numerator and put it in the denominator, and we put the denominator in the numerator. So the reciprocal of 5/8 is 8/5. What is the reciprocal of 3 1/2? The first thing we need to do is change the mixed number into an improper fraction before we find the reciprocal. 3 1/2 is equal to, multiply the whole number times the denominator and get 6, add the numerator and get 7, and then keep the same denominator. So 3 1/2 is equal to 7/2, so the reciprocal of 7/2 is this fraction with the numerator in the denominator and the denominator in the numerator. Sometimes we say the reciprocal is the fraction flipped. Dividing fractions. When we divide fractions, we will keep the first fraction the same. We will change the division to a multiplication, and we will take the reciprocal of the divisor, which is the second fraction. So we will keep the same fraction, the first fraction. We will change the operation to multiplication, and we will change the divisor to the reciprocal. Then we will have a multiplication problem, and we will perform multiplication just like we did in the other section. 5/7 divided by 10/11. We will keep the first fraction the same. We will change the operation to multiplication, and we will write the reciprocal of the divisor. Some easy way to remember this is you keep, you change, and you flip. Keep, change, flip. Then we will multiply as we did in the previous chapter. I see a factor of 5 in this numerator, and there's a factor of 5 in this denominator, so I'm going to divide the numerator and this denominator by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. I do not see any other factors in the numerator and denominators that I can divide out, so I will multiply my numerators together and get 11, and my denominators together and get 14. 5/7 divided by 10/11 is equal to 11/14. Divide. 11 over 24 divided by 55 over 36. We will keep the first fraction the same. We will change division to multiplication, and we will take the reciprocal of the second fraction, or reciprocate the divisor. Keep, change, flip. Now let's see if we have any factors we can divide out. Notice we don't do any dividing out when it's in the division form. You can only start dividing out once you've changed the problem to multiplication. I have an 11 in this numerator, and 55 is 5 times 11, so we can divide both of these by 11. 11 divided by 11 is 1. 55 divided by 11 is 5. 36. 36 has lots and lots of factors. 24 also has lots and lots of factors. Their greatest common factor, though, is 12. So let's divide 36 by 12, and we'll get 3. And 24 divided by 12 is 2. Now let's multiply our numerators together. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 5 is 10. So the answer to our problem is 3/10. Divide. 5 and 3/4 divided by 3 and 1/3. Before we divide, we must change our mixed numbers to improper fractions. We take our whole number times our denominator. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3, so our new numerator is 23. We keep the same denominator. We're still writing a division sign here because we're just changing these numbers into improper fractions. 3, the whole number 3, times the denominator 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, keeping the denominator of 3. Now we will change this division problem to a multiplication problem. We will keep the first fraction the same. We will change to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Let's see, is there anything we can divide out? Doesn't look like it. 23 is prime, 3 is prime, there's nothing divisible by 3. 4 is a 2 times a 2, and there's no 2's as factors in the numerator. And a 10 is a 5 times 2, and there's no 5's or 2's as factors in the numerators. So we multiply across. 23 times 3 is 69, and 4 times 10 is 40. This is the answer as an improper fraction. We can write it as a mixed number by putting the numerator under the division symbol and divide by the denominator. 40 divides 69 one time We subtract and get 29. We know we've divided correctly because our remainder is less than what we divided by. The remainder is the numerator, and what we divided by is the denominator. So this is the answer to this problem as a mixed number. Rules for dividing when 0 is in the problem. If 0 is divided by any number except 0, the answer is 0. So 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. If any number is divided by 0, the answer is undefined. A number divided by 0 is undefined. Here we have 0 divided by a number. 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. Divide 1/2 divided by 0. Any number divided by 0 is undefined.